Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. I got a question that I get a lot. It's actually really good questions. People that just want to get to the point. Because let's be honest, we just want to build muscle. We tired of all the schemes and all the lies and shit like that. Companies. So he asked me. I think it's actually a teenager. And he said, "What do I need? What are the most important supplements? What do you think I should get as far as if I'm low budget or whatever? Even if I'm not low budget." What are the most important supplements to buy for somebody who just wants to put on muscle, just getting started, doesn't have a lot of resources to spend, just wants to get the basics, right? And I'm glad you asked me this question now, because if you asked me that like a year ago, I would have probably told you some other bullshit, right? Thank God I experimented with a lot of different shit that was sent to me, and looking at people in general, and every year my knowledge grows, right? Every year, obviously, because I'm always learning, I'm always researching, and then, even if I'm not researching, after every year, I'm learning from the mistakes that I made that year, right? Because we all make mistakes, right? It's all about learning from them. So to answer your question, I'm gonna narrow it down to the three categories, three types of supplements that you should definitely get. And the reason why I picked those three categories for two reasons. Number one is because they're obviously really important, right? I filter everything based on what's gonna make a big difference if I do take it, and what's not gonna make too much of a difference if I don't take it, right? That's how I filter what's really important, right? At the end of the day, every supplement benefits one way or another. The question is, to what extent, So that's about one way of filtering. The second way of filtering what is worth it, what's not, is obviously what I think the most important is, can you track the gains? How easy it is to track if it's working or not, right? How do you track the efficiency of whatever supplement it is? Because I don't want to take a supplement that you can't really tell if it's working or not, right? Things that work on the micro level and that are too long term, you can't tell until, like I said, long term, until months down the road, and by which time you already spent so much money on the bitch. It happened to me a lot too. So I like ranking my supplements, number one, by how important they are and how much of a difference they will make if I don't take them. And number two, how easy it is to track to see if it's working or not. So, all right, first and foremost category are your vitamins, right? I will always stand by vitamins. Why? Number one is because the diets in America or in most modern countries are not rich in nutrients, guys. I made a video explaining to you guys how nutrients are everything, right? Nutrients are, yes, you need your calorie surplus, caloric surplus to build muscle, but you can have a caloric surplus of alcohol. You can have a caloric surplus of sugar. Is that the same thing as a caloric surplus of healthy, micronutrient dense food? No, it's not. So nutrients are very, very important, and the average person, the average teenager or whatever, how old you are in a developed country, if you're watching this video, I assume you're in a developed country. You can't watch this shit from fucking the desert of Somalia and shit. But our diets don't have all that shit, right? Most of our foods are loaded with fucking chemicals. We eat out a lot, things like that. So that's why I recommend vitamins, because it's so essential. Now, obviously, our ancestors, the cavemen, all that shit, they didn't really need to supplement vitamins, because the food they ate was natural, straight from the earth. It was healthy shit, right? They didn't have to worry about all these empty ass calories that we eat now. And when I say empty calories, I mean void of nutrients. So vitamins, and I'm gonna rank the vitamins like I always do, the most important ones, right? The ones that make a big difference, especially for bodybuilders, right? And the only reason why I emphasize vitamins, because people that are building muscle, we need more vitamins than the average person who's not really breaking down their body, who's not exercising, who's not dehydrating themselves when they go to the gym. We put a lot of shock on our body, so we need vitamins to help our body get to do its job better. Vitamins are so essential. So number one, obviously, you got zinc, you got the B. Zinc is so crucial, guys, for testosterone levels and a lot of other factors. You have your B's. A lot of people underestimate the power of B's, man. They go from helping with your energy to helping to lower estrogen and things like that. Get your B's. Number three, vitamin D. Now, they're not in any order. It's just like the top 4 or 5. Vitamin D is like the god of vitamins, man. It does so much, especially if you're a nigga. You need a lot of vitamin D, but we don't get as much sunlight as we should. So vitamin D. Number four, magnesium is so badass at building muscle, guys. The list goes on about what magnesium does, but you need magnesium. And everything else, these are the top 4, right? And number 5 is fish oil, obviously. Everything else is important, but like I said, I don't really mention them because you either get enough from your diet, or a little deficiency here and there, and then won't really hurt you, right? With the other ones, but that's a bad statement. pretty much the ones I listed now are the ones that are really important. Everything else is important, but the top 4, when it comes to building muscle, you gotta make sure you got them on point. Obviously, iron is important, calcium is important, but we get those from, like, you know, most of the foods that we eat. But the ones I listed, not really, apart from zinc. So vitamins. Number 1, invest in vitamins. I'm not a big fan of multivitamins. You know, I would explain why. You know, they just give you either don't get enough of a certain vitamin that you want, and if you try to get enough of that vitamin, you have to like double the dose, but then you end up getting too much of something that you don't want too much of, so it gets in the way. Plus, you know, a lot of vitamins in chemistry, we learned that a lot of these vitamins actually shouldn't be taken at the same time because they fucking counteract each other and do different things. But apart from that, I just like taking them separately, right? Just you know, increase the dosage. Ask your doctor first. I'm not trying to get sued for this dumb shit. So number 1, invest in some supplements. Number 2, digestion. Guys, digestion is so fucking crucial when it comes to putting on muscle or being healthy in general, guys. You understand, you are not what you eat. I always tell people that you are not what you eat, right? You are what your body absorbs. It's what you eat, digest, and absorb. People think because they eat 3,000 calories, the body has 3,000 calories. No. People think I ate 300 grams of protein, so I have 300 grams of protein. No. Your body has whatever it was able to absorb at the time, right? So you got to make sure your digestion is on point, your enzymes on point, which leads me to number 2, which is enzymes, right? Invest in some enzymes, or just eat a lot of fruits that contain those enzymes. And the ones that are the most important is protease, the protein digesting enzymes, which helps digest protein. Because like I said, you can eat 30 grams of protein. If your body's only able to digest 10 grams, it's only what you're gonna fucking get, right? You want to digest, especially if you're low budget. Protein is expensive than a motherfucker. You want to be able to digest all the protein that you're eating. So invest in some enzymes, guys. I made several videos about enzymes, and it's funny. I learned about this like 2 years ago, and I really didn't care until I kept seeing the studies and more how important enzymes are, right? Because, you know, obviously a lot of us waste protein without even knowing it. We eat this shit, we think, hey, I just ate 300 grams of protein. It's in my body. No, it's fucking not, right? Your body cannot keep up with the demand of protein, you know, the digestion of the protein that we eat most of the time, depending on your genetics. So get you some enzymes, pineapples, kiwis, papayas, or just get the shit, you know, in supplement form. So that's number 2. Oh, this video is longer than I fucking thought, man. Why do I talk so fucking much? I just like helping people. Cause I hate when I'm in a situation where nobody can help me. So when I do find a way to answer my problems and my questions, I start thinking about the other motherfucker that's probably going through what I'm going through. So that's why every time I see a question, I can't help but answer it. But anyway, number 3, so once you get your enzymes, don't forget enzymes, fiber supplements. If you suck at eating veggies like me, I gotta take fiber supplements. I hate doing it, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's way better to eat veggies, especially cruciferous veggies, to help detox estrogen and shit like that. But if you're not getting your veggies, don't go 2 months, keep, you know, fighting this shit. Get some fiber supplements while at the same time you're slowly increasing your fiber intake. Because fiber is so important, guys, especially with all the fucking carbs that we eat and all the protein that we eat. You want fiber to help the food move through your bowels. Like, the average person should take a shit like twice a day. Most motherfuckers, including myself, can go 2 days without taking the fucking shit, right? Which is horrible, right? And most of our feces should be like, back in the days, I do this with like 2 pounds. Now shit is like 0.2 ounces. You feel me? So make sure your body's always cleaning itself. You know, taking the shit at least twice a day. So get a lot of fiber, So yeah, so digestion. So number 1 was the supplements like the vitamins. Number 2 was is that my uncle? Number 2 was, that's not my uncle. Number 2 was digestion, so like fiber and shit like that. And number 3 is creatine. That's why I finally go into the ones I named first are things that people don't think about. But now I'm finally going to number 3, which is creatine. Creatine, I think, out of all the bodybuilding supplements, other than whey protein and stuff like that, creatine I think is the most important because it is, number 1, like I said, it makes a big difference. And number 2, it's easy to tell if this shit is working or not. All these things I listed, guys, it's easy to tell if it's working or not. When you're taking enzymes, you notice a difference within the next 24 hours. I guarantee you. Same thing with fiber. When you're taking vitamins too, you notice the difference in your energy, your mood within the next day or 2. When you take creatine, it might not take a day or 2, but boy, that shit kicks in. Creatine, no wonder in France at one point it was seen as like a steroid because it's so fucking powerful, guys. So creatine, like I said, it's important, and you can see the changes really fast. You can tell if it's working or not. Take creatine monohydrate. if you stuck making a decision. And that's it, man. Creatine is good for, I'm not gonna tell you what creatine does, you should know by now, strength, and so many studies are coming out finding the additional effects of creatine. Creatine as low as myostatin. There's a study that showed that creatine, so look up that myostatin study. Then creatine increases the formation of the production of DHT, which is dihydrotestosterone. I'm gonna make a video about that. I'm not sure if I did already, which is the most powerful male hormone in the body, more powerful than testosterone. It's fucking boss. Some people it gives them male pattern baldness and shit like that, and as well as prostate cancer. But hey, everything has downsides. But DHT is fucking king of androgens, and creatine raises it by 56% after the loading phase, which is amazing. And even after the loading phase, it stays up by like more than 30%, which is still amazing. But a separate video on that if you guys want, comment below. But yeah, guys, that's it. So you have creatine that gives you strength, and DHT and fucking myostatin and all that shit. You got makes you bigger too. It helps your cells, holding water. Helps you work out harder. Number 2, you have I mentioned the vitamins, which is so crucial, and then the digestion shit. So those are the 3 categories you should focus on when it comes to supplements. Like I said, the first 2 that I mentioned, vitamins and digestion shit, if you have a good diet, you really don't need that. But once again, we don't. But the creatine, you can't get that from your diet. You just gotta get it. So, all right, hope that video helps. It was longer than I expected. I'm really sorry, but hey, some people like these long videos. I'm out of here. Make sure to like all that good shit. Check out GorillaWare for hooking me up, BeastSupps for hooking me up, and like I said, if you don't fuck with Team 3D, fuck you. Tip number 1 when going to the gym, guys. A lot of you guys just focus on your pre-workouts and your creatine and your protein, which is great, do whatever works for you. But a lot of people forget this shit right here, a water bottle, guys. Make sure you are fully, not 90%, not 80%, make sure you are fully hydrated before you begin a grueling workout.